Hello, everybody. What's up? My name is Galie.
And I am Knight.
And welcome back to
Ace Eternity
Chronicles, Part 4?
Piccolo? Yeah, it's 4.
Okay. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once.
Dun dun dun!
You need to add, like, some sort of dramatic music. It's really weird when it gets quiet.
Witnesses! Kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Also, what witness do you want?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
You get him. I'll get the old man.
I feel like you're only putting this on me because...
I can't do guys' voices, no.
Yes, sir! The great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Ayasa Nosa. Reporting for duty, sir!
You get his name, right? Yes, sir. No, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
sir, Nosa.
Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premises in the 2nd District, Kyoryo Goreikuta, at your service.
An antique dealer and a soldier.
Excuse me, I don't believe antique dealer was anywhere in that name.
What an unusual
Occupation.
pairing.
Both of these gentlemen... Sorry, one sec. Gotta get that in. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. 3 in a row. Myself, I habitually take tea at the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question. Always past noon, or post-noon, whatever. And the infrequency converse with interested parties regarding the curios in which I make my business.
Damn.
What?
I can't understand a word that old man is saying. I should have given Yesa Nosa J. Jonah Jameson voice.
No, you can still do it.
Give me the pictures of Spider-Man!
He's an antique duel. What did I say earlier? And it sounds like he's a regular at La Caravelle. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Caravelle because of its a high caste. Because a lot of rich folks go there.
Right, I see. Although, to be honest... that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
Now, both the witnesses have at the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative! The enemy unit is seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. Was that black uniform rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms, sir? Excuse me, I fought in the middle of that.
That's a very squeaky fart, sir.
I didn't get to read that.
It's okay.
But I'm afraid I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. Although he did just say he farted.
So, this is decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead.
Yeah.
Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable?
Little bit.
Starting?
If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred.
Oh, that's interesting. I just noticed something.
What?
You know how his chest things, they look more like the defense, right?
Uh-huh.
Those little parts on the corners of his desk
Are
look
the
more like the prosecution.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just noticed that. Anyway.
So, yes, sir. Standing ready to report, sir. I need to eat more cheese, sir.
Unsavory I already forgot his voice. Oh, I'm a genius. Unsavory memory. Seriously, I need a drink, I think.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of voice changes and go.
Not so easy, is it?
That one you have a voice like ouchie right in the middle.
Clearly.
Unsavory memories of the most acerbic afternoon.
Right, it was more like the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, I was trying to do more of like an old man kind of. Yeah.
What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Myself, I was extorting the virtues of particular fine golden curio to the military gentleman.
At the precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes.
The Crypt Keeper probably is a good way to think about it. Sorry.
You're welcome. The black uniform veracity cadet fired an Englishman civilian, and from that, back the cowardly little weasel.
I was on my hands and knees investigating whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
Mon petit precieux.
Oh, don't.
Oh, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital
Okay.
moment.
So, we both know this individual, but I'm not going to name them. Back in high school, because they very much Lord of the Rings, they made me watch the whole thing in English, like all movies, and then watch it all again in French.
Did they make you watch the extended cuts?
Yes. I don't like Lord of the Rings, but I did it! And for anyone wondering, I can appreciate the world building. It just never really caught my attention.
It's the story that's going on at present.
Well, it's more of... The guy put a lot of, like, background things. They're like, okay, this would be cool for a historian to look at, but not really important to the story.
You're talking about Tolkien?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes sense. He was a professor. Like, that's what he do.
You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! That wicked university cadet, sir! The cruel and unforgivable enemy! Don't you point a knife at my ass!
I can do what I want. I'm old. No one will actually think I did it on purpose. What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assaulted in the light of day.
But this is ridiculous! I didn't shoot anyone!
Is that really true, Rionosuke?
Yes! All I did was pick up the gun when I saw it lying on the floor! After I'd said hello to Dr. Watson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee.
I've actually realized why switching through the voices is a little harder for me. I don't just switch voices, I switch the way I'm
Positions?
sitting. Like for Kazuma, I sit up straight and like even have my arm out on the chair or whatever. Ouchie's more normal. The old man, I actually slouch. So when I go from the old man to Kazuma, it's a workout for my ass.
I'm doing abdominal crunches! Just don't toot the fruit. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up...
Boom! Well, if that's the truth, there obviously is a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was.
There is.
Look, my ears wobble.
So do your eyebrows.
Well, yeah, but at least they're hair. Ryonosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examine?
Do it now!
That doesn't tell me what that is.
As we've heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring the despicable minion Student to just... Well, wouldn't he be a minion? He's wearing yellow.
Certainly the testimony
And glasses.
the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt.
So he is a minion.
Yes, that's what I said. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the Excuse me, bitch!
I raised my hand.
What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? I mean, the defense demands the right for a cross-examination.
Dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headman, the boy next door to me, told me to do it. How pathetic.
How did he know?
The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Why did you mimic him?
I'm getting into character too.
I just love how neither of us are on camera. We're doing actions. Whether or not you think he's capable is irrelevant. Gulp. Wait, 1 sec. Gulp!
Kazuma is so commanding. It's kind of hot.
Kinda? What do you mean kinda, you bitch?
Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses.
Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke.
But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination.
Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness statements.
How?
You didn't fire the gun, which means that the soldier said must be a lie.
Well, yeah, but...
It's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence.
Right, evidence.
All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you like I do in Sorry.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. Oh, it's so tiny and sad.
Alright then. It's all or nothing.
Just think of it. Cross-examination! What the witnesses know!
Why?
Because I could.
I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Yeah, tell me what to press, by the way.
What do you mean? I don't know!
The point is you're supposed to just guess, so I guess we're pressing everything. Oh wait, that was the wrong button.
No, we don't need to press this.
That's...
Next.
Oh, present is... That was that. We need all the dialogue.
Fuck. Why aren't you saying anything? Is something new in this interrogation technique? I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask.
Sounds about right. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you.
You bother me. Alright then,
Sorry, I'm eating chocolate.
this beef steak you mentioned. What kind of food is that? Son! Beef steak is a delicious cut of veal, vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot.
Is it veal?
Veal would imply it's deer.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So, no?
That's why beef is the cut of
Cow.
beef.
Beef is cow. Oh. Sorry. If food could receive medals of honor, beef steak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. So next question. Why are you farting like that? This cutlet you mentioned. What kind of food is that? Tenchun! Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. This is just making me hungry.
Okay, so cutlet is a cut of meat. It doesn't have to be.
Veal.
No, beef cutlet. It's just a cut of meat. You don't have to put it in breadcrumbs and deep fry it to make it a cutlet.
Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it!
First of all, if he is going to be condemned for murder, especially an international murder, he's not going to be out of prison.
Ever.
Until he's in the grave.
Yes, sir. I will, sir. On the double, sir.
Sorry to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case?
Sorry.
Technically, that is
Do
relevant.
my best.
Because you have to understand all things.
So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah crying noise? Negative! That's just my farts! Well,
at least
we
you...
learned that he's a big beef lover.
Oopsie daisy.
Affirmative.
It's not easy knowing what questions to ask.
Hey, I got an award! Prime Presser!
You've only asked one question.
Do we have to reread these parts? Because
I just did. Don't you dare.
Okay. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman.
Yes! I have no idea what you're talking about.
A Koban boy!
A Koban? You mean an old Edo coin?
The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the Hoei period entered my possession. I took it upon myself to the restaurant the following day, and with said items secreted in my bosom pocket, in the hope of an affluent
Cottison.
person appraised of its disputable value being present.
So, you were hoping to sell a Koban coin to Sergeant Nosa, whom you met at the restaurant.
Yes, it's clear, quite clear you're going with this boy. You were about to assert that the penniless soldier would have no help in purchasing a precious Koban. Isn't that so?
Well... You little upstart cadet! You want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Blatant insubordination! No, I didn't say anything. Although, penniless might be just a word I was looking for.
In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of midday luncheon. There remained precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse on matters of business. The gentleman beside me, who was grappling with his braised veal at the time, was my sole prospect.
I see. So you were bothering Guy while he was trying to eat. At the precise moment, a firearm was discharged. Yes! So you're saying that you actually saw me at that time? Affirmative, I saw you! Laughing, cackling like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian. But that's impossible! I only...
Don't you love how he looks at his hand when he's like, that didn't make...
Allow me to confirm just one point, please.
What's that, Private?
Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshots that you looked over the victim's table.
And so what if it was?
Well, if that really is the case, It would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun.
And double My sixth sense. Sorry? This isn't a movie. My sixth sense of danger. I picked up the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind, which means a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, cadet. Surely that's not really possible, is it?
Well, I guess we'll find out next time.
Whew.
Because that took a little bit out of me with the voices.
Not so easy, is it?
Your voices at least all sound around the same.
Ouch.
I'm not saying that. I meant like same,
Vocal range.
they sound normal.
This has been Galie.
This has been nice.
See y'all next time.
Bye-bye, everybody.